Welcome, everyone, to the inaugural Season 2 of the iRacing Warrior Motorsports League here at Kansas Speedway. I'm your host, Rick Souza, and I'm joined here in the booth by my co-host, John DeRudris.
Yeah, Rick, it's an exciting Season 2. We got a great field of 31-plus drivers here tonight for the 1111 Veteran Project 160 here at Kansas Speedway. And like I said, we got a lot of entries in this race, and they're on the track right now, pulling up some good qualifying laps. You got John Ledger there getting a sub 31 at a 30.99, and you got balancing there 2 tenths behind. So this is a great opening race at Kansas. It's going to be a lot of green flag racing, I believe, and a lot of drafting as well with these next-gen cars.
Looking forward to a great race. We have a huge field tonight. Nearly 31 competitors, or 30 competitors here for tonight. And we're expecting a pretty good show here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show as we're looking on board at some of the drivers that are on track. That's Chris Blanchard there. And now we're on board with Alexander Schumacher in that number 68 machine. And Christopher Howell tops the board with about 2.5 minutes left to go here in qualifying. And Howell is our previous season champion. So Howell is looking to repeat here in the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz Cup Series, driving that number 88 as he did last season. So we'll see if he's able to redeem himself and go back-to-back in this season's race. But looking at this race, Rick, it's going to be a long one. And looking at some other things, it's going to be a very strategy-heavy race, I believe. I believe it's going to be one where green flag pit stops will make a difference.
Yeah, I absolutely believe this is one of those tracks where you've got to balance that wear and tire strategy with this many competitors. I think your strategy almost is more about staying out of trouble. You've got 160 laps here, and a good opportunity here to mention that this race is sponsored by the 1111 Veterans Project. This is the a veteran support organization that just does fabulous work out there. I know that we're a military family, and we certainly appreciate those organizations that are out there that help our veterans.
Absolutely. We're also sponsored by U-Haul as well as Elite Performance. Two are also brand new sponsors here for the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz Cup Series. Looking right now at Christopher Howell, he's already run his time, but he's just getting some extra laps. Blake Giglio driving that number 97 machine tops the board at 30.92. Howell by 200th of a second. So these guys are looking to put on a good show tonight as qualifying is coming to an end here in the next few seconds. And, expect to see some crazy things going on. You have a big field, Rick, and it's always an entertaining start since the first start obviously is on the flagman, but the next restarts are on the leader. So always makes for an entertaining show.
All right, well, I guess at this point our qualifying is done. Let's try to bring up our qualifying results here.
At the top of the board, hey, sorry, Rick, we're both too excited we're cutting each other off. But at the top of the board, we got Blake Giglio leading your field here in the 1111 Veteran Project 160 at Kansas, followed by Christopher Howell, your defending champion of the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz Cup Series. In third position, you got John Ledger driving the number 19 Average Joe Motorsports Chevrolet, followed by Joey Doucette, new driver here in the IWM Cup Series. Harley Barletta rounds out your top 5. Alexander Schumacher, new driver as well, top 6. Tyler Pebbles, another new entry in P7. Ryan Pittman in P8. Chris Blanchard in P9. And rounding out your top 10 is Ian Ogden.
In 11th, we've got Paul Valenstein. 12th, Mark Feeney. Mike Slagter in 13th. Evan Amick in 14th. In 15th, Andrew Surwick. And we'll get these names right at some point. In 16th, we have Kubley. We've seen him in the previous season. Marco Barabee is in 17th. Freddie Durstock returns, and he is in 18th. You got Jerry Beto in 19th, and in 20th, Ty Bostic.
In 21st, you have a familiar face of Matt McComas. Then 22nd, you got David Watch. 23rd, you got Darren Owens. 24th, you got David P. Sharon. In 25th, you have Jeff Ninny, another familiar name. In 26th, you have Dave Sharon again. That is the son of David P. Sharon. You got a father and son there. Father in the 16, son in the number 9. Pete Woodrum rounds out your top 27. Sean Shootman, sorry if I mispronounced that, in P28. Elliot Swope in P29. And Eric Olivia rounding out your top 30.
Luke Bullard is in 31st. Austin Armstrong in 32nd. And Carpenter is in 33rd. So that's our field. We'll hide our grid.
Let's bring up some track facts if we can, Rick. So, a cool night here in Kansas for this 1111 Veterans Project 160. You have 160 laps here at this mile racetrack. One quick repair, which is going to be used, I believe the start is going to be hectic. You also get 3 sets of tires as well for tonight's race. So, this goes into my 3 keys. Rick, 1, got to take it easy. You got to take it easy on the start. It's a big field. It's going to be chaotic coming out of turn 2, and we've seen these cars get loose out of 2 and 4. Number 2, your tires. Make sure you just take care of your tires tonight. Long run is going to be a key, and that is my 3rd key. Make sure you are there at the end, because the drivers are able to keep their cars intact and keep those tires clean and make sure they're not damaged. Will possibly win the race. So, Rick, they're coming up turn 4 right now.
Here we go. We're about to go live, starting off our Season 2 here at the iRacing Warrior Motorsports here at Kansas Speedway, and we are green, green, green here for the Veterans Project 160.
Yeah, boogity, boogity, boogity. We're already 3 wide here going into turn 1 a little bit further on back as that number 97 taking the lead coming off turn 2.
We've seen lots of drivers, lots of drivers jockeying for position in this early first lap here at Kansas.
And to lead the first lap of the 2022 IWM Cup Series season is Mr. Blake in that number 97 machine. Out of Rochester, New York. He was a seasoned veteran last year in this series. And we know him to run up front, so we're looking to have him have a good season. Everybody looks to be calm and steady. Field looking really nice coming off of turn 2 right there, going down to the turn 3.
All right, so this is, for those of you, this is your first time tuning in or learning more about the iRacing Warrior Motorsports Cup Series. This is a fixed setup league, so everybody is basically driving the same setup. So this really comes down to you, the driver, and how you address your entry and exit for each turn, how you plan your race strategy for pit stops, and how you take care of your tires. It's all on you.
Yeah, basically it comes down to who's the better driver, who's able to manage their tires, who's able to keep their car clean. And that is what is going to lead whoever it is in this first race of the season to a win. Looking back right there, you have the two, I believe that is Howell there.
It is, and John Ledger and Alexander Schumacher.
Yes, it is. All 3 of those guys right there. Nose to tail, clean field so far. Going on lap number 5. It's a great sign to see that here in the Cup Series. With those Veteran Project cars, you can see them right now in P2, P3, and P5. And P6, actually.
So we're seeing a number of different lines here. We've got some, and Kansas is one of those tracks where you can run the lower line. The high line's a little faster, but from my understanding that while it's faster, tire wear definitely plays a factor in which line you take here.
Yeah, absolutely. If you really want to conserve some tires, that high line is definitely where you want to go. Speaking of what happened in our first inaugural Truck Series event, to 2 nights ago, Rick, it was definitely something that was a factor in who was able to finish at the top of that race. The high line was preferred, and I have to say, as the driver who, fortunately enough, won that race, the high line, as you can see right there, Christopher Howell almost on cue. That high line, you get such a run coming off the corner, you can save the tires there. It is almost the preferred line later in the run. So we'll see who migrates up there. It looks like Chris Howell's going to be some of the couple drivers that are up there. You have some other drivers hanging it out there in the Kyle Larson line, though. But like you said, Rick, it's going to be a matter of who is able to save the tires, who is going to be good on the long run, as we are now approaching 8 laps, green flag laps here out of 160 in the 11-11 veteran project, 160 at Kansas Speedway. Now let's run through the top 10 there, Rick.
Absolutely. We've got Blake Giglio in first. Christopher Howell is in second. John Ledger in the 19 is in third. Alexander Schumacher in the 68 is in fourth. Harley Barletta is in fifth. Ian Ogden in the 21 is in sixth. Tyler Peebles is in seventh. Ryan Pittman is in 8th, and Paul Valentine is in 9th. And finally, in top 10, Joey Doucette in the 11 is in 10th.
And what you're seeing right now, the difference between the number 97 and number 88 is the fact that number 97 is running that low line, and that number 88 is running mid to high, which on cue, he switches it up right there. So looking at Blake out of Rochester, he knows how to drive these cars. I wonder if he drove the low line a little bit too much, because out of experience, Rick, that low line will wear your tires out early on, even though it is where the grip is for a long run speed. I don't know if that's going to play in the favor of Blake. He's now led every single lap here tonight in the 11-11 Veteran Project 160, which is a good sign to see. He's a great driver, and he's definitely making a statement.
Well, we'll take a run back through the top 10 here. We'll go back and take a peek at Christopher Howell. Here is Christopher Howell. He is in second. We've got John Ledger in the 19 sitting in third. And Alexander Schumacher is currently in fourth. Harley Barletta in the 81 is in fifth. Drop back to Ian Ogden in the 21. He is in sixth. Paul Valentine has moved up to seventh. Tyler Peebles in the 75 is in eighth. Andrew Sherwick is in ninth. He's in the 43. Classic NASCAR number. And Ryan Pittman in the 08 is in 10th.
Yeah, and speaking about Andrew there, he is up 6 spots, 15th right now. So great early run for him. We had a driver fall back to 80%, drop back to 4th all the way to 11th. I wonder if that may be some tire strategy, or maybe it's a car situation. We have to figure that out once this race unfolds. So right now, 12 laps green here. Blake still out in front, but Howell is definitely on the prowl. I had to get it in early on, Rick. Howell is on the prowl early on, and he's basically sniffing back door of that in the wall of Paul Valentine right there, Rick. I believe he got a little bit too high.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any right side damage, but it could have been just enough to take off some paint.
Oh, a little high there out of the 75, trying to take the air off the 89, and that famous number 79 machine, not the actual number, but the paint scheme from the sports car. Always love it. And we have, some close racing there with 79. And I believe that is the 43 right there. They are battling very, very hard off the corner.
They are. So I think what's happening now is, as we are already into 14 laps in the time that I've run this track a few times, this is about the time you're going to begin to see the wear starting to show its face here on these tires, and where you were able to bite deep into that corner and make that turn, you're going to begin to experience a bit of a push.
Yeah, right there. You can tell that right there out of the machine, as he is up very high on the wall, 3 wide coming off turn 2, and now they're back to 2 wide. And
Yep, they're getting around that 43. You can tell as they're beginning to drift up and take the high line. You can only run that low line just so long. That was a 43, I think, in the wall, but maybe it wasn't the 43, but definitely someone tagged the wall a bit. At least that safer barrier got scuffed up a bit.
Yeah, he was definitely scuffed up a little bit. And yeah, this is the time, lap 15, 16, where those tires start to really start to fall off, and you'll be able to know where your car is pretty quick. It's almost an immediate drop off, and sometimes you're on the front end of that. Sometimes you save enough and you're able to have a little bit more grip. Sometimes you are on the tail end.
Whoa!
Yep, got a car on the wall right there, and that's exactly what we're talking about, Rick.
I think that was the 73 of Mark Feeney. Yep, he's
up in the wall.
Yep.
And that's what'll happen. Those tires will get worn, and it's hard to bring that thing around because it wants to basically suck up to that wall, especially with that high line that he was running. So we'll see what he's able to do with his right side damage out of Mansfield, Ohio.
Kind of strolling back here, a little bit back as we go through the pack a bit, just to kind of see how people are doing back here. That's a Darren Debo Owens back here in the 44. He's also right up there at the wall.
Yeah, he is, which is not. Oh, wrecking off of 2. That's Freddie Durstock, and we have our first caution of the night. Out of Cincinnati, Freddie Durstock got a little too high there and came back down the track and got into the right front of, couldn't really tell who that was.
I think it's Austin Armstrong may have been caught up in that. We'll go back and take a peek and just see what happened here. Let's back that up a bit.
So here comes the number 5 of Freddie Durstock off the corner, tags it a little bit. You can see him right there getting to the wall, and it just shoots him right back down the track. Armstrong had nowhere to go, and just tagged that 5.
Yeah, he collected the 13 actually.
Yeah. Now, did the 5 hit the inside wall, Rick, or was he able to keep it off the wall?
I think we'll see in a second.
Oh no, he's going right for it.
Yeah, he definitely gets some. Looks like left front quarter damage. Not bad. You can see, we're not even seeing any damage on the car, so that was pretty minor collision there. He's got probably more damage on the right side from that contact with the wall. So, well, while we're looking at this, we're going to go back live. We got lots of pit stops going on,
and we have one car already off the pit road. Who was that? Alexander Schumacher, first off pit road, followed by Blake Giglio, Joey Doucette, Chris Howell, John Ledger there, Harley Barletta, Mike Slagter. Excuse me for mispronouncing that, Mike.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of them, so.
Ryan Pittman, Tyler
Peebles,
yep. Ty Bostic there, familiar name, Kublai, Kalen, that Audi. Always talking about that Audi.
Well, since I now drive an SQ5, I'll take the Audi today. It's all good.
Yeah, we accept all manufacturers.
Yeah.
Cup Series.
You see the announcement that Audi is going to enter F1.
Yes, they will. That'll be exciting. That'll definitely shake up some teams there. So we'll see what happens there as Formula One is heading to the Italian Grand Prix this weekend. That is my favorite Grand Prix because it's in Italy, so that'll be fun one. But yeah, that's a great move by Audi. I think it puts them up there with all of those other manufacturers and puts them in the conversation, with the Ferraris, with the Aston Martins, all of those manufacturers. So it's great to see that from a motorsports standpoint. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, let's go back to the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series here, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project U-Haul and Elite Performance. Right now, your leader is Alexander Schumacher. New name to the league, driving that number 68 machine.
Well, this is one of those things we've talked about in the past in our broadcast. This is one where his vehicle is marked at 09, but his number in the app is actually 68. So
68, yep.
Yep. So you may see 68 but the car is 09. I'm sure by the time we get back to racing next week, we'll have that corrected. But
it'll be all correct. Yep.
So we're still single file here as we're about to go back to green in a lap or two. So.
Yep, lights are off the pace car, Rick, so we should be going green next time by. There we go. So, give you a rundown of your top 5 here tonight. You have Alexander Schumacher shows 68 on the board, but his 09 on the car. In P2, you have Blake Giglio there, your leader who's led every lap so far. He is now in P2. P3, you got Christopher Howell. He is driving that number 88 machine, the 1111 Veteran Project machine. His teammate, John Ledger, is in P4, driving the number 19 1111 Veteran Project Camry. And another teammate, Harley Barletta, driving the number 81 1111 Veteran Project Toyota. So that is your top 5 tonight. The 1111 Veteran Project Camrys are looking really good. Yep, Camrys. Rather, I was going to say they're Chevrolet engine. Come on. Those Camrys are looking good tonight.
Well, we're getting ready to go back to green. We're coming off turn 4. Pace car drops down.
Here we go, Rick. Our first restart of the night. 22 going to 23 laps in. Who is going to get the better jump? There is the leader.
Alexander Schumacher. He sure did. Big jump.
Yep, but we have 3 wide racing going back there with Kublai Kalin. That is the second time I've seen him take a restart in 3 wide. So he's like, hey guys, I'm not waiting around. So we are going to take a look, see what happens. But here we go. Here comes the number 88 on the low line, but on the top side, you have Blake Giglio giving a push to the 09 machine. But there goes the 88. He steps on the gas. I wonder if did Schumacher not take tires on that last stop?
It looks to be he got fuel only.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He is getting absolutely smoked by everybody in the field right now. And your new leader, your previous champion of the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, Christopher Howell, is your leader, but Blake is right there looking to take that lead away from that number 88 machine.
So we saw a number of drivers only take fuel. Alexander Schumacher was one. Mike Slagter. We also saw Jeff Nini also just take fuel only. Kublai also looks like fuel only. I get it, I understand, but on this track, 4 tires and fuel every time.
It was early on, so I bet they're trying to play the long-term game. But
yeah, by long-term game, if you mean being cycled back to the end, you're right.
Yes, and Rick, tell me, is my mic a little bit better right now?
It is a little better. That is correct.
Okay, fantastic. So I realized I had the wrong mic. Thank you to my wonderful girlfriend Sophia for telling me that my mic was in. We're wrecking, Rick. We got a caution. Don't know who that was spinning, but yeah.
I think Evan Amick may have.
Yep, may have. Yeah, I got a message that my mic was off, so I realized I was on the wrong microphone. So we are back up and good, ready to go. So thank you, Sophia. Right now, let's go back to, I believe that was Evan Amick you said, right, Rick?
Yeah, we'll go back and let's take a look at Evan Amick here. Oh, he got turned.
Oh, he got turned right
by the
there.
44.
Did he keep it off the wall? Let's see if he was able to save
trying.
That car. Come on.
Yes.
I think he did.
But he flat spotted some tires for certain.
Yeah, those tires are going to be definitely saying, "Hey, get me out of this car. It's terrible. I'm flat spotted. I can't do anything now. It's going to be a bumpy ride." But that's unfortunate there for that machine. But we'll see what happens now. We'll see what happens with Schumacher and these other guys that waited. I don't think there's really much of an advantage because we only had about 2 to 3 green flag laps there, Rick. that these other drivers had. So we'll see who comes down pit road this next time by. We have some takers a little bit further on back.
It's the guys who did not. Well, Paul Valentine went back in, but for the most part, it looks like it's the guys who short pitted and just took fuel last time.
It looks like you are correct there, Rick.
Still got a good bit of vehicles on pit road. The 11, the 99, the 60, the 89, the 4, the 52. About a dozen cars are on coming off pit road now. They're coming out, joining back up with the field. From what I can tell, for the most part, they have all taken 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, it looks like they have, which I do like that move. So right now we have some that pit on lap 22. That is going to be my stamp. You also have some guys that pit on lap 28. So we'll see what happens here. I like waiting a little bit longer to come down pit road because they only have 3 additional sets. And with 2 cautions early on, I think you have to think about the long run implications of this, because if you just come down pit road and just get gas, yeah, you're going to be, you'll be good on a gas perspective, but also on the other hand, if you come down and get tires, you're now down to 2 sets with over 130 laps to go in the race. It's just a lot of things that can happen, where if you get a couple quick cautions, 10, 15, 20 laps into a run and your tires are just worn, Rick, it puts you in a very interesting situation. Because, what do you do if you run out of tires? I mean, because they don't have 5 sets, they only have 3 additional ones. So we'll see who's able to manage the tires the best.
And we'll double check with race control to be sure we've got that number right. We'll double check and make sure, but I think that's the one set they had when they started, and 3 behind the wall. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, basically that is a set every laps, essentially every 50, 52 and a half or 53 laps, which is a lot of laps on these tires. So we'll see how that plays out here tonight.
Yeah, my guess is that we'll have to double check with race control. I think that they may have increased the number of tires, but we'll see. So we're here. We're 29 laps into scheduled 30 laps in now. Our scheduled 160 here at Kansas in the 1111 Veterans Project 160. Again, I'm your host, Rick Souza, with my co-host, John DeRugis, here in the booth. We thank you for tuning in and joining this broadcast. This is the inaugural race of the second season for the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz Cup Series League. They also have a truck series, if you're interested in joining, that runs on Monday nights. You're here watching the IWM Broadcast Network, and we thank you for that. We enjoy this opportunity to bring you these events and having you join in, so we thank you.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, give us we always love to grow our subscriber list, to grow our list of motorsports and esports and iRacing enthusiasts. So if you like what you're seeing, if you like to see some more action coming from the IWM Broadcast Network and all the other series that we will be broadcasting, give us a subscribe, give us a like on the video. That way we can grow this and give you more great racing, as we are about to see, Rick. We are about to get green flag racing here again.
We are. Pace car is off.
Pace car is off. Blake is back to being your leader. And we have the green flag. 31 out of 160 complete here tonight.
Great start by Blake Giglio. As soon as he wound up in that Geico restart zone, he took that opportunity to jump on it, and jump on it he did. He is out to a 10 or 15 car length advantage, and we're just on the backstretch.
We have a very busy second through, 20th behind the leader there, led by Christopher Howell. And you got those 3 1111 Veteran Project Toyota Camrys right there. with the fourth one being a little bit further back in the pack. But good showing from them, and good running by the field. You see two lines for them. You got the inside line, you got the outside line. I prefer to like the outside line. It's definitely fun to run, but you're definitely a little bit on the edge, gotta say. But right now, Blake is back to your leader, and look at that. We're riding along board with Harley Barletta there. And we'll see exactly what he sees as we take a lap around Kansas Motor Speedway out of Rochester, New York. You can see he's taking that mid to low line, going to get a good apex off the corner. There he is, straight line down the back straightaway. See what he does going into the turn 3. You can see him taking a little bit of a higher line. There he goes. He's in basically the mid to high lane right there, following behind his teammate. Gets it back up to the wall, going to bring it back down to that white line, and that is a lap around Kansas Speedway here tonight.
You can really listen and see just when he's lifting off and getting back on the throttle here at Kansas. He's just letting off a bit into one. He's back on that throttle, probably feathering a bit in 2, and then again here in 3 as he sets him back up for 4.
Yeah, he is. He's getting a good exit off the corners, too. He's not fixing the car. He's being nice and smooth with his driving, and it puts him right there in P3, so great job by Harley. We had a good race with him on Monday night, Rick. It was awesome. But look at him all the way up the track there. He's getting as much room out of those corners as he can, as we have a big battle going on between 5th and 10th right there. You have Tyler Peebles there. You have Ty Bostic. You have number 3 there. You have the 08. All those guys battling right there for position. And there's that other 11-11 project. 11-11 Veterans Project, my bad there.
That's Ian Ogden in the 21, and you're following along here with Luke Bullard in that Dale Jr. Sundrop number 3.
Oh yeah, what an awesome paint scheme that Junior put on. We have that here in the IW Cup Series, so great to see that as we have a lot of moving around going on between these guys. Nobody can really escape each other. They're all really under a blanket right there, and that is for 6th on back. I see the car starting to slide a little bit there, Rick. It's going to be interesting. We're about 9 laps in, or my bad, not 9, 7 laps in. 7 laps into this run, and you can already see those tires are starting to play a little bit of a factor into where these guys are running right now.
Well,
so we'll see how this plays through.
Those guys pitted last on lap 19, so they're about to come up to approximately 20 laps on these tires.
Yeah, and this is the time where you're going to see who is going to prevail and who is going to start falling back a little bit. And the strategy will be a major factor here in tonight's race, as we mentioned before. So 38 out of 160 complete, and right now Hal is in P2. You got Blake obviously in P1, and then you got a battle for 3rd on back between Barletta, Ledger, Bostic. You got Peebles there as well.
Well, Barletta has kind of slipped up the track a bit, and we're seeing some changes of position here amongst these teammates.
Yeah, you can see the run that he did get off the corner. It wasn't as big as I thought he was thinking he was going to get. So he's going to try that high line again. But right now, that bottom line early on in the run seems to be the better line. But you can see that 19 car slide up, and then there comes that 81 to the outside. So the 81 definitely had the big run right there, which is what I was talking about earlier. Having the run is important here at Kansas, but you don't want to get too high. That's the thing. If you get too high here at Kansas, you're going to be up in the fence, and your night is not going to be very fun after that.
So you saw Ty Bostic drop to the low line and picked up a few spots. Ty's currently in 4th. He has improved himself. I think he started 20th, so he has definitely moved up through the field.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those biggest movers so far of the night right now. We have our biggest mover of the night from 31st up to 7th. Luke Bullard there doing a phenomenal job. Same thing with Ty Bostic, up 16 spots. They are both up fantastically in the running order here tonight. You also have another one, Darren Owens there. He is up 13 positions.
Yeah.
David Sharon, the son of that is the Sun. He is up 15 positions. Looking on back, Austin Armstrong, he is up 19 positions. So you have a lot of drivers making up a lot of room early on here at Kansas, which is going to be definitely a factor right now. And unfortunately, the biggest loser for tonight, the one that's lost in those places, Joey Doucette, he has dropped from 4th all the way down to 30th. He is on the lead lap, but
yeah, we're seeing a number of those. Alexander Schumacher dropped 9th positions. Paul Wallenstein as well, he's dropped 10 positions. Michael Slagter dropped 10. Chris Blanchard dropped 15 positions. So there's, it's early. We are lap 43. There's lots of time, lots of laps to go. So
yes, there is. And speaking of that Audi, there it is right there. The Audi leaving the Chevrolet, the Mustang there, and the other Camaro. So that's Kuba Lake in. There goes Paul Wallenstein down to the bottom of the 49 machine, trying to get some position right now. And we'll see this battle coming off of turn 4. Who's able to grab that spot? Still side by side. 89 is not going to give it up.
We saw a lot of these guys have definitely battled before. We saw them battling in the first season a lot. Well, it looks like there's a car running up on the wall.
Yeah, who was that there, Rick?
I'm thinking it was the Mike Slagter.
Oh, got another car on the wall right there, that pink and yellow machine.
We're taking a bit going back through the field here just to kind of give you a chance to see some other drivers that are out there. This is the 34 of Jerry Beto. Show you pick up the 52 of Eric Olvia. The 77 of Evan Amick. The 54 of David Watts. This is the dad. This is David P. Sharon in the 16. The 11 of Joey Doucette. That's the 5 of Freddie Durstock. He has recovered from that earlier incident.
And we have a caution on the track, Rick. I don't know where that was.
Oh, it's I think it's Jeff Nini and Mark Feeney. Let's jump back up and see where those guys are. All right, so caution's out. Let's go and take a look, see if we can see that incident here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, was that a little bit of net code there? It didn't look like they touched.
Or maybe the 73 just lost it on the wall. We'll just kind of... Yeah, I think that's a net code, John.
Yep, that was definitely some net code. So if you are new to iRacing, net code basically means it's where the simulation somewhat expects there to be contact, and there's a little bit of a buffer between both internet systems as well. So the 73 and the 1 there, basically the servers said, oh, well, let's just tag each other, essentially. And it creates essentially a bubble where you can see basically the cars aren't touching, but it still causes an accident right there. But it looks like both cars were able to keep off of everything. They just kind of spun. So hopefully those two drivers will be all said and done with any damage. So it looks like they should be all right. But as right now, we have a bunch of takers down pit road, Rick. The entire field has come down pit road.
Pretty much everybody is in. Looking at the board, and every single car is either in or out.
And your leader off pit road tonight is going to be Alexander Schumacher again, followed by Blake Giglio, P3 Christopher Howell, P4 Harley Barletta, John Ledger, Tyler Peebles, Luke Bullard, Matt McComas, Ty Bostic, Blake Hanlon round out your top 10 off the pit road.
There's two cars that have not made it in. It's Andrew Surwick. He is currently showing in first place, but he pitted last on lap 19. I'm expecting to see him down on pit road, and Jeff Nini, who was involved in that incident is still showing he is out on the track, but again, expect to see him in any minute. Or not.
Yeah, it's always an interesting thing. You may see somebody come down pit road. You may not. You never know. But right now, got to give a shout out to Angelin Cortez. She always watches our broadcast, Rick. So hey, Angelin, hope you're doing well. Over here from the IWM broadcast team, we say hello to you. And it looks like right now, as it shows, I believe your leader will be Schumacher. I believe.
Well, was Andrew Sherwick down a lap? I don't know. That 43. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we will see.
Jeff Nini is still out. He is showing in second.
Yeah, interesting here. I don't know where they were running at the time of that caution, Rick, but we were talking about the 43 a little bit, about where he was going to be on the restarts and whatnot. He may be doing this off-cycle pit sequence, like I was mentioning before. You have some guys that are pitting off sequence,
well,
which could be the case.
He pitted last on lap 19 with a 4-tire stop, so I don't know. He's got 30 laps on those tires, and he's going to be in P1.
Yeah, he has 30 laps on those tires, and it's definitely a risky game he's playing, because he will be shown the leader as the lights go off the pace car. So he is going to be sitting duck.
P1, also P2, Jeff Nini pitted last on lap 27. So he's got 20-something laps on those tires as well. So
plus a spin. He was involved in the last incident. So this is going to be a crazy restart, Rick. I think this may be one of the most hectic restarts of the race, since we have two cars that have definitely older tires leading the front row. So turn 1 and turn 2, especially coming off of turn 2, is going to be pretty hectic tonight.
Yeah, it sure is. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. If you're in P2 and P3, you are on the hot seat.
yeah, you are. And we'll see what happens here as they are making their way off of turn 3 right now, or going into turn 3 rather. So we will see what happens here on the restart.
Our pace car has dropped.
Pace car is dropped. We are green flag racing here again, back at Kansas Speedway.
Well, that was fairly tame, but I think the real check is going to be here in turn 1.
Yes, it will be. As we see that, 80, no, they're leaning on each other. That 97 is just leaning right there on the 09 machine, as we have 3-wide racing all the way back in the field. Rick, we have 3-wide actions going on, as the 43, it looks like, may be able to lead this first lap. We will see. He blocks and protects the inside line. We are 3 wide for the lead of Kansas. Going into turn 1. Oh, goodness, Rick. Here we go.
Yep.
They were able to keep it off of each other. Right now, 97 and 88, both back to the point.
I think that the tower will show that Blake Giglio led that lap, but we'll see how it goes.
We will. We have a bunch of racing on back, as we see that 43 car, as expected, dropping back because of the older tires. But right now, Blake Giglio is back to your lead. We have multiple 3-wide actions going right now. You got Jeff Nini right there in the middle. Oh, Nini sends it up the track. He has tagged the wall.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the product of those older tires and that spin.
We have another caution further on back, Rick.
Looks like David Watts may have had an incident. We'll go back and try to pick up that.
Oh, he has definitely some damage on the right front. I wonder if he got turned into that outside wall.
Oh, he's definitely got some. Let's go back and take a look at that. Yeah, it looks like he came down and.
Oh, this is a hard hit.
Yeah, I want to back up just a little bit and try to figure out who he was involved with.
That looks to be
the 44.
Yeah, I believe it is the 44 machine. We'll have to see as they go by.
Looks like the 11. Let's go.
Oh, it is the 11. Yep.
Looks like the 11 kind of came up a little bit. That's Joey Doucette.
Yeah, I think the 54 was also coming down too, off the corner.
Yeah, they were both chasing the same real estate. Unfortunately, we'll let this go to the obvious conclusion. He's locked up all his tires. Pretty good bit of damage on that right side. He's going to have some body work. Potentially right front suspension too. These cars are not like the old ones with this independent suspension. Really good. Unfortunately, it's easy to lose a toe link and put yourself in for repairs.
Yeah, it is, and then that's the sad product of cars. You know, that is the weak link, if you want to call it that, of these next gen Cup cars, is those toe links. Like you mentioned, they are so easily broken. We've seen that in the actual Cup Series. You saw that last weekend with Chase Elliott. We've seen it race and race out with these cars, and it happens here in iRacing too. If you break that toe link, Rick, or get it out of sorts, you are almost done, unless you have a fast repair. So thank goodness that everybody looks to be good, and we have a lot of takers coming on pit road. But your leaders, your top 10, still seems to be the same. And very interesting move here, Rick. The number 10 of Jeff Denny did not come down pit road. Did not come down, even though he spun, even though he is on older tires. So do you think he's on another strategy? I mean, that seems to be 30-plus laps on these tires.
He has exactly 30 laps on these tires. So, of course, some of those laps recently were all under caution. So, maybe that's 20, 22, 23 laps of racing on these tires. I don't know. I just, that'll be a question for the driver at some point in the race.
Yes, it will be.
To ask.
Angela, good to hear that you're just relaxing and watching the race. It's definitely a good one to watch here in our season opener here at Kansas. And if you are watching right now, make sure to give this broadcast a like. And if you like what you're seeing, if you like the racing, give us a subscribe as well. We love growing our fan base, and we love growing our community here of iRacing and sim racing and just racing lovers in general, as we are bringing you the IWM Cup Series, iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, as well as Elite Performance right now here at the 1111 Veteran Project 160 at Kansas Speedway. So great sponsor there, great things that they're doing over at 1111. As you can see, two of their cars right now in P2 and P3. So great things going on.
So we're at lap 57. We just crossed the stripe here under caution, our fourth caution of the evening. We're hoping for some more caution-free laps here as we continue tonight's event. We are just incredibly proud of the amount of turnout we have for this event. 31 drivers have joined the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, and no better way to show your support by coming out for your driver and giving us a like and follow, and we'll continue to bring you more of these races. This is the first of 24 races here that we're going to bring you between now and December with this league. Also, we will have another league we'll be broadcasting on Tuesday nights, and we'll get you some more details on that. That Tuesday night event is a super speedway event, and that will start on September 20th.
Yep, that'll be a fun one because, everybody, including me, Matt Swope, A lot of us love those super speedways, so it's going to be fun. It's always fun to broadcast those out of experience. But anyways, we have a pace car coming down pit road right now. Leaders are about to enter the Geico restart zone, and we are off. Green flag racing again here in the 1111 Veteran Project 160 at Kansas. And Blake was like, see you guys, I am not wasting any time. I'm see you later. So Blake is taking that top spot as we have battles going on throughout the entire track right now. We have, oh, they sliding up the corner there. That was close there with the number 19. And we have another caution. It is coming off of turn 2 there, Rick. I believe that was the 43 machine.
All right.
Have to go back and take a look, but I heard some chatter, and it sounded like there was something involving that number 43.
Well, see if we can see if that's the 43. Let's.
I may be wrong on that number, but I saw it show up on my feed.
There we go. Yep, there was. All right, so let's take another camera angle here and see what we can see. This is the 43 of Andrew Serwick.
You got Mark Feeney on the bottom, Freddie Dursak on the high side. Mark Feeney right there. 43 goes to the high line.
Oh, looks like he got tapped in the rear by the number 5 of Freddie Durstock. That sent him
down the track, right in front of the 73 machine.
Oh, he comes back up. Dirt tracks it, locks it up. Safer barrier. Oh, watch out for David Watt.
Still trying to save that car.
Yeah, overcorrected a little bit, but not quite the impact. All right, certainly got some damage.
I'm just surprised that caused a caution. Oh no, Rick, that was not the car that caused caution. Look up a little bit further. There's a car right there on the inside line. The 3 cars up that was in the wall. I don't know who that was. That's what caused the caution. I was going to say the 43, he didn't really wreck. I mean, he did wreck, but he didn't spin around. Go up 2 more. Who was that? Right there.
That's the 16 of David P. Sharon.
That, I believe, is what caused the caution there, Rick.
Oh, he got hit again by the 5.
It looked like there was a massive speed difference, though, between the 5 and the 16, though. It didn't, I mean, it was just an incredible difference in speed, which I don't know if the 5 was prepared for that, but we'll see what happens.
Well, they're at the same speed there.
No, okay, not that much of a speed difference.
Yeah.
But he is full on sideways.
It's fortunate Freddie Durstock was involved in 2 incidents there.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting there. I don't know which one caused the caution, but one of them definitely did there, Rick. We don't know which one pinpointed that one, but it looked like that one probably is the most realistic one because of how sideways he was.
Yep. Let's go back to. Well, we've analyzed it and overanalyzed that one for certainly had 2 incidents there to cover. We are back. We're at lap 62 here, and So just so you're aware, Jeff Nini did pit.
Yes, he did. Well, I think that's a good sign. I think he needed to come back around.
So pretty much the entire field either pitted on that first go-round on lap 47, or they just came in now on lap 54.
I think you are right, and you know it's still showing our leader as Blake Giglio there. So he is warming up his tires, getting ready for this restart. See what happens here as the pace car is about to make its way down again. 60 or 97 on the bottom, Howell on the outside. They're off. Green flag back out here at the 1111 Veteran Project, 160 at Kansas Speedway. Blake Giglio is taking the lead here.
He's got Tyler Peebles right behind him, followed by Christopher Howell and Luke Bullard and John Ledger. That's your top five. Now, if you're Tyler Peebles, you want to be in the tire of Blake right in front. Just kind of follow him through. Blake's done a masterful job here of running the line here at Kansas.
Yep, he has. And let's give a quick shout out to Luke Bullard there. He is up 27 spots from 31st all the way up to P4 right now. So shout out to him. We have a challenge for P2 right now. Christopher Howell is on the prowl. I gotta say it again. Christopher Howell is on the prowl, trying to pass Tyler Peebles there for P2, coming to the line.
You know, interesting. I've talked to a number of folks, and that process of dropping off the race surface to and that apron is part of the racing surface, but that difference in banking between the flat part of the apron and the banking of the track just wears and wears on your tires more than you would expect.
And we look like we have a caution now, Rick. Again.
It's like Jeff Nini has crashed.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look at that earlier incident. Oh, let's back that up.
Yeah, he's definitely going the wrong way.
He was going backwards for a number of let's just take a peek at this. All right, so we're following, it's the number 1 car on the track. He is inside of Olva. I don't think he realized where that car was. He just came up and...
Yeah, no, he just definitely didn't realize where that number 52 machine was on the track. And unfortunate there for Mr. Nani, because he did use his fast repair on that last stop, and he did slam the outside wall there fairly hard in the concrete. He did not hit the safer barrier, so that's definitely going to be a much harder impact versus the safer barrier. So as he's still going backwards, he's doing a little bit of a Lightning McQueen right there. He is in a red and yellow car, so
he did slam it in reverse.
Yeah, if it's Jeff Nani, Lightning McQueen, we never know. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated here in the IWM Broadcast Network. I don't know if I can confirm that for you right now or not. But anyways, 1 car was involved in that. Same thing with the 52, as we are 67 laps into this 160-lap event here tonight at Kansas Speedway.
All right, no takers. Well, very few takers here on pit road. We saw David P. Sharon come in. We saw Chris Blanchard and Mike Slagler come into the pits. They're currently on pit road right now, getting some much-needed repairs done. We saw that 4 involved, I think, in an earlier incident. Well, 67 laps, 68 laps are in the books.
And to give you a rundown of your running order, right now, Blake Giglio, number 97 machine out front. Christopher Howell in P2. Tyler Peebles there in P3. Luke Bullard up 27 spots up to P4. John Ledger in P5. Harley Barletta P6. Ian Ogden in 7th. Ryan Pittman in 8th. Ty Bostic of 11 spots up to 9th. And up 16 positions, you have David Sharon up to P10.
In P11, we've got Darren Owens. In P12, Sean Shootman. Alexander Schumacher in 13. Pete Woodrum in 14. Paul Valentine is in 15th. Mark Feeney is currently showing in 16th. And Joey Doucette is in 17th. Matt McComas in the number 10 is in 18th position. Andrew Sherwick in 19. And Jerry Beto is in 20th.
In 21st, you have Freddie Durstock there. 22nd, you have Kubalay Kalen, that Audi machine. In 23rd, you have Marco Berube in number 99. In 24th, you have Evan Amick. 25th, you have the son of Dave Sharon, David P. Sharon there.
That's the father. David P. is...
Father, David P. is the father, okay.
That's correct,
so,
yeah.
So high, okay, gotta remember that. In 26th, it looks like you have,
Eric
I
Olva.
believe it may be Jeff Nee on the scoreboard. I don't know. It may be Eric Olva. We'll have to figure that out. It is actually 26th, Eric Olva. 27th is Jeff Nee. 28th, Christopher Blanchard. 29th, Mike Slagter. In 30th, you have David Watts. And rounding out your field tonight are Austin Armstrong, who was 6 laps down, not on the track. He is in 31st.
A beautiful night here at Kansas Speedway here for the inaugural Season 2 event with the iRacing Warrior Motorsports Group. You have got this race sponsored by the 1111 Veterans Project.
You got a car on the front row right there. You got number 88.
That's Christopher Howell.
He is repping that 1111 Veteran Project Toyota Camry. And you see 2 of his other teammates. 3, there they are. Teammates. And that shot.
Pace car is down.
Green Flag Racing is back here at Kansas, and Blake is still like, nope, I'm taking the lead. I'm not going to wait for you guys. See ya. He is a control car, which is always interesting because 99.9% of the time, the control car has the lead unless he spins the tires, something catastrophic happens. But Blake did a great job right there. You have Peebles and how they're battling for P2 and P3, but don't look so far back. You have that driver who's made up 27 spots tonight in that some drop number 3, Luke Bullard there in P4. So can Luke come all the way back from dead last and win this race? You have to stay tuned to find out. But he is making a great run right now, looking to the high side, right behind Christopher Howell. Looks like this number 97 checked up just a tad right there, closed the gap just a little bit between him, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. But the battle is on right now for P2, P3, P4.
It's a heated battle amongst those guys. In fact, we're seeing it pretty much the top 20. There's a lot of positions being swapped back and forth.
Yep, Luke Bullard up to P3 now, so up 28 spots on the night. Just needs 2 more, and he will complete the entire field, pass the entire field, kept his car clean, doing a great job there in that number 3 machine in P3. Rick, we may have a pass for the lead. Howell is looking to the bottom of the number 97 machine. I don't get him. Did actually. Howell led that lap by, I mean, it was 8 thousandths of a second actually.
Fractions.
Yeah, just by a hair as they're battling off the corner again. You can see how that high line, you're able to get that run off the, but that number 88 is battling for the top spot. Him and Blake battled a lot last season, so you're seeing reminiscence of what happened last year. or last season rather. On the track, another yellow flag. I believe that was going into turn 3 there, Rick.
Looks like I see Kublai and Matt McComas may have gotten involved.
Oh, hard hit in the wall.
We'll back that up.
And way before, yeah, we got to go even, I think, further back because that car's on the apron. Don't know why you'd be all the way down there, Rick, but he was.
Let's see how this goes, and we'll...
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the 13 spun trying to get off the apron and tagged. Is that the number 10 car of Matt McComas?
Yeah, that is Matt McComas. Let's look on board. Let's go basically from the 13 at the start of that lap, because he was all the way down, or I guess the start of the backstretch. He was all the way down to the apron already, which I don't know if he was forced down there. I don't know what happened, but he is riding the apron.
Looks like that was exit out of pit road.
Yeah, that is Austin Armstrong, the 10-lap down machine.
No, he did not come off pit lane. I'm not sure exactly what we saw. He is definitely... Did he spin?
No, he was coming off pit road, Rick.
Yeah, okay, there he is.
Yeah, coming off pit road. His car more than likely got fixed. And he stayed at the bottom of the track because this was the green flag.
He may have just lost it.
Flag. Yeah, I think he may have. So he kept it down to the bottom. He was trying to let the entire field by. And let's see just what happened. Did he get a piece of the track and spin? Went a little too hot into the corner.
He's riding. You know that's the problem.
Oh.
He was riding the seam where the apron and the banking of the track happened, and he just lost it. His car was basically completely out of balance.
Yeah, that's such a dangerous spot because you could just see that left front or left rear right there just lose all sort of grip because it lifts off the corner, and then the 10 had nowhere to go. Really unfortunate for that 10 car. But then you had some wrecking a little bit further on back with the 49 machine.
Well, the 10 was just unfortunately a huge hard hit. So then we'll back this up. Unfortunately, it looks like Jeff Nini is involved here as well. So let's let this play through at real speed. So I think at this point, the 49 is saying, oh, crap, they're wrecking in front of me. He gets out of the throttle. I don't think Jeff saw.
Yeah, I think it was a little too late there for Jeff. Tags the left rear of the 49 machine. 49 is sideways. Was he able to keep it off that wall, though?
I don't think so.
Be able to. A hard hit to the left front of that Audi machine.
And unfortunately, T-boned in the driver's door by the 10, who is already has parts flapping off of that wreck that he's driving.
Sorry. So sad for the 10. So bad. It got worse. But really quick, Angelin, she is studying. Hopefully, you'll see me in the track one day. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Come out, Angelin. We'll always be here supporting you. So yeah, if you want to come race with us, 100%. Let's do it. Let's get that done. Racing here in the top series. Well, look, Rick, we are going to be going back to green flag racing here soon. As the pace car is about to dip down, Blake and Christopher is still your leaders here tonight, with Tyler Peebles in third, Harley Barletta in fourth, Ian Ogden in fifth. But looks like we have a little bit of a different strategy going on because Luke Bullard there came down pit road along with a slew of other drivers.
Yeah, there's a few who pretty much the top 10 is still on lap 47, but there are a bunch that came down at and topped off. We'll see.
We'll see how that plays out. As we're about to get green flag racing again, the 97 and the 75, and we're green flag racing here back at Kansas. You can see those 3 teammates all on the high side with one on the bottom. So those 1111 Veteran Project Toyota Camrys are all syncing up now in the race as they have occupied the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and more than likely 6th position. Well, actually the 7th position now, coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, we'll see if that can help them, as maybe motivate them past the number 97 of Blake Giglio. Blake has currently led most of the laps here, and we are at about to be lap 80. Saw a bit of a wiggle on that Tyler Peoples car, and Christopher Howell dropped underneath.
Yeah, and you can see that 45 get that run, or that 45, wow. That 73 car, 75 car, gosh, can't read. 75 car, excuse me, get that run off the corner, and that's what the product of the Highline's able to do. So, and we do have another caution out, Rick. Just saw that come across my screen.
I think Joey Doucette may have kind of lost it. We'll take a peek at that. We've had a rash of cautions in the past 10 laps, so let's go back and see what... Oh, there's a lot going on up there.
Yep, there is a lot going on. We'll have to see what exactly happened. We need to back this train up.
That looks like Jeff Nani was involved again. Let's go back and see. See if we can see. Let's see if we can see. Let's just let this play out a bit.
Man, that one car has just been at the wrong place at the wrong time tonight, Rick.
He has. So we'll ride along with Jeff, and we'll try to see who's behind him. Looks like he was slowing down a bit. There were some cars in the wall a little farther ahead.
Yeah, they are wrecking up in front of him. You can see it right there.
And I don't think
11,
just didn't see it. Yeah.
Was the 11 involved with the one car previously in this race?
You know, I don't know.
Because I remember the 11 car tagging and then getting in somebody. I can't remember which individual car that was. Have to go back and study that. But we had wrecks all over the track that time, Rick. But we just passed halfway. So halfway done here with the 1111 Veteran Project 160 at Kansas Speedway. Brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project. Brought to you by U-Haul, and also brought to you by Elite Performance.
Well, we went caution-free for a lot of laps, and that has not been the case. We've had a rash of about 4 cautions in the past 20 laps, and that has certainly impacted the running of this race, but hopefully these guys can get it together, get some clean racing, and let's finish strong.
Absolutely, you know, and it is true. Cautions breed cautions. That is just the name of the game. So we'll see exactly what happens here as we just passed halfway for tonight's event. But right now, Blake is still your leader, followed by Tyler Peebles there in the 75 machine. Make sure I said it right that time. Christopher Howell there in the 88 in P3. Ian Ogden there in P4. And Harley Barletta is your top 5. So, Rick, let me ask you this. So right now, we've had a lot of cautions. You know, strategy is definitely playing a major role into how this race goes. So what are your thoughts? Do you think we could get a long run, or do you think we're going to have these short 15, 20-lap stints?
Well, I think the biggest challenge now is that we've got so many cars that are on different pit strategies. So that's going to play a factor in in how this race finishes up. So you've got pretty much a number of guys who are still on, the earlier lap, like 20 laps ago, lap 54 that pitted in that series, and then if you're the leader, if you're up front, let's see where those leaders pitted last. So the pretty much the top 10, top 8 all pitted on lap 47. So they are definitely coming up to a pit cycle. They're going to have to gamble and come in, so it could be a lot of green flag stops. So
yeah, it could be, which is what I was predicting here. I was predicting a lot of green flag stops, which we haven't had many because we've numerous cautions right now under our 8th caution of the evening. So we'll see what happens here as the field has been narrowed down to 27 lead lap cars. So 27 out of 31. Still, with all the cautions we have had, that is still very impressive to have 8 cautions and only 4 drivers retire, or not retire, but be plus 1 lap down. Good to see everybody still back on the field. So
everybody still has a chance. There's 80 laps to go. You just got to take care of your car, and we're about to go back to green.
Yes, we are. We're about to go green flag racing here again, and we are green flag over halfway through this 11-11
and we are
Project 160.
Nearly three wide, but
yep, they were thinking about it. They were like, okay, it's time to get a little, So let's see what happens as they come off the corner there. A lot of good side-by-side racing going on off of turn 2. Even more green flag side-by-side racing going on here in 3 and 4 as well, as you have about 8 cars nose to tail passing the start-finish line, all just dicing for positions right now.
Great action amongst all these top 10 drivers. We are 3 wide.
Yeah, we are. We are 3 wide. We're getting close. Those drivers are, kind of feeling the heat right now, trying to make some moves on this restart. Now, that's what I have to say. If you're going to make a move, I think restarts are important here at Kansas, as you see the 44, the 19, the 08 car there, all battling for positions. But looking back at the front there, Rick, a little close there. But looking back at the front, we have, battles going on all over the place. So I don't even know where to look at the moment. Many things going on.
We're looking back a bit through the field. We're looking at Freddie Durstock and that number 3 car of Luke Bullard.
Yeah, we know he came back down.
Yeah, Luke's on a different pit strategy. He pitted on lap 74.
So we'll see how that plays out against all these other cars. We have a car tagged the wall just a little bit there. I think that was a 08 machine. And there's that 3 car. You can tell just the difference he has in drive off.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, a little loose. Oh, don't. There
so that was the 44 who tagged the wall, then came back down and tapped the 08. But both drivers saved it.
If that 3 car is going to be looking to go to the high side here, I already know what he's... Oh, Freddie, watch out. Getting a little loose. Everybody's getting a little loose right now, coming off these corners since we were 5 laps into that run. So, definitely feeling the heat.
Freddie Durstock, those tires are 30 laps old on the number 5 of Freddie Durstock. So, got to be a little bit more cautious. Of course, again, as we said earlier, we've had 4 or 5 cautions, so you're not getting the full impact of tire wear, but still, it makes a difference.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And, it's not that much of a fall off from what I've seen right now between him and the 3 car. It is a little bit, but it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. But right now, we are looking on at Chris Blanchard there. And the battle for the lead has picked up.
I could have sworn I just saw somebody tag the wall, a part of that lead group.
I believe you did. I didn't know which machine it was, but it was definitely somebody.
I
cars
think
out there.
it's Tyler Peebles.
Well, we may have a pass for the lead here, Rick. Howell is on the prowl again, looking to the inside of that 97.
He definitely used that apron to his advantage, to try and pick up a fraction of a second over Blake Giglio, but he shows his nose. He's out.
He's trying. He just can't get that run. That high line is just so much better off the corner, and that's what you saw out of the 97 machine. I wouldn't be surprised if the 88 goes back to the top and tries this again. Yep, there he goes. You can see him going to the high, going back down to the bottom. He's trying to get that huge run off the corner, which he will be. I expect this to be a good run off the corner for the 88. He may be side by side. Oh, 97 got a little loose. Very interesting. I've never seen a car get loose at the start-finish line there, Rick.
Interesting.
Tag the apron. But here comes the 88 again. Still not a good enough run to be able to pass that number 9. Has some contact going on in the back, but they settle it out. If I was the 88, I would reset, regather, and try that again, because he's putting the pressure on the 97. It's just on the front stretch going down to the 1 and 2. He's just not able to carry any momentum coming off the corner because he's on that low line. So we'll see what happens.
Just remember, these guys at the front last pitted on lap 47.
Yep, they did. They are just begging for something to happen here, maybe a caution, or so they don't have to come down on green flag stops, because this is definitely going to shake up the order to the field.
Well, we're 94 laps complete. What we're talking about is our top 7 drivers pitted last on lap 47. However, Alexander Schumacher, who's currently shown in 4th, he pitted on lap 54, so he's got a few laps to the good. The number 4 car of Chris Blanchard, who's showing in 7th, he pitted on lap 66, so he's got a little better tire situation than our leader, so it could be interesting the next couple laps. These guys are coming up nearly to 50 laps on these tires.
Yeah, they are, which is very interesting to see. Looking at some lap times, it's really not that big of a fall off as much as you would think. Only about a second right now, as you see a pass right now.
Whoa.
Right there, we do have a taker. Who was coming down pit road there, Rick?
That looks to be like I've got Jeff Needy on pit road. That was Austin Armstrong in the 13 who came in, and you've also got Jerry Beta who came in as well into the pit.
And we have a caution out, Rick. Another one.
Well, that's Freddie Durstock who crashed.
Sound like DJ Khaled up here. Another one.
Well, I think what we're going to see here is the entire field. No, most of the entire field will come down pit road.
I think the entire field should, because it's everybody has been on these tires for a little bit, and right with 60 to go, basically, you're looking at potentially maybe this could be the last stop.
No.
For gas, you never know. With the cautions that have been coming out, Rick, I mean,
It's
some of
possible.
these guys may try to stretch it. And that could be a possibility. If we go green, definitely not. But you never know with these cars. So we'll see. As right now, the number 97 is shown as your leader. I expect, like you said, everybody to come down pit road. And on cue, everybody. I mean, not one car. Nope, there's one car. Of course, somebody had to spoil it. Not one car didn't come down pit road, except for I have to get the number on that one here in a minute. But
Well,
right
I'm
now,
expecting
everybody's on pit road.
So Joey Doucette probably stayed out. He last pitted on lap 79. Freddie Durstock was on 96. So the majority of the field.
Yep, the majority of the field is on pit road. We will see who will get the race off of pit road. Oh, it's going to be close. That is going to be Ty Bostic, your leader off of pit road, followed by Blake Giglio there in second, Mike Slatker in third, Christopher Howell in fourth, Harley Barletta in fifth.
Oh, someone just wrecked coming off pit road. That's the 19. Careful as he's backing into the field.
Yeah, don't really know what happened. We have to go back and maybe take a look at that one.
That's John Ledger.
Yep, John Ledger did have an incident there, unfortunately for him, because he was running up in the top spot. One of the top spots. Oh, I can already tell what happened.
He just lit him up. Yep. Fresh tires.
Yeah, he did. Shouldn't hurt him though. I mean, it was,
minor. Yeah.
Yeah. Just put them on. It should be good. Should be all good and everything. But if you're just joining us, we are 99 out of 160 laps in here to our 1111 Veteran Project 160 here at Kansas, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, as well as Elite Performance, and this is the IWM Broadcast Network, broadcasting the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series Season 2 season opener at Kansas Speedway right now. This is your co-host, John Drudris, as well as we have Rick Souza up here in the booth. We are the broadcasters here for the IWM Broadcast Network. So, great, and thank you for joining us here tonight as we are now reaching about 60 to go in this very caution-filled event so far, which has produced a lot of interesting racing and a lot of different pit strategies. So we'll see what happens here as these leaders are about to take, I believe, the one-to-go sign, Rick, here at the nighttime here at Kansas Speedway with Ty Bostic as your leader.
Lights are off on top of the pace car, so we should see the field forming up as they come back to take the flag at lap 101, leaving us 59 laps to go. And we've had some debate here in the booth whether that is if you can make it or maybe it's a splash of gas and go. I'll be honest, I can't tell how many sets of tires these guys have gone through or how often they've gone in.
Yeah, it's definitely a mystery here as well. We're trying to figure, but as of right now, this could be, and I'm going to say could, with the big quotes around it, this could be a long run. I have a good feeling about this, so this could be one of the last restarts of the race, depending on what happens here. Now, got to say, everybody's on fresh tires, so people are going to be eager to get some spots. People are going to be battling for a position. We still have, ton of cars on the lead lap here tonight, with 23 entries still on the lead lap here as the pace car comes down pit road. Ty is going to enter that restart zone, and we are green here again at Speedway.
That was an excellent control there with Ty Bostic.
Yes, it is, and Blake is looking to take that line, and he does. He is regained the lead. Oh, he gets loose. Blake gets loose, which opens the door back up for Ty, who also opens up the door for the 88 and the 14. 3-wide racing for P3 right now, Rick. Or not P3. That's, don't know exactly what position that is. That's like 5th, I think. God, it's exciting up here. You got 8 cars under a blanket right now, basically from 1st on back to 8th.
Yeah, and some of these guys haven't really raced up front so far tonight, so we're seeing a mix of some different drivers here. You've got Chris Blanchard now showing in 3rd. Mike Slacker is in 7th. Tyra Peebles is back up to 8th. Ryan Pittman in 9th. So you're seeing a blend of different guys here and making a run.
Yes, you do. And right now, Christopher Howell is your leader. We'll look at that. We're 3-wide again.
Little contact.
Ty Bostic got up into the 75 machine.
I'm sure the chatter is pretty harsh on the radio right now.
Yeah, they probably pleased with each other at the moment. But that 22 car.
Oh,
spin! Paul Valentine in the hard
Valentine.
outside wall.
Yep.
And no car. Okay, I was about to say literally that car was not upside down, spinning around like a top. So we need to go back. It looked like he got turned into the outside wall. And is that Luke Bullard there?
I don't know. Let's try to get a better shot here. Let's back that up a bit. It looks like he definitely got either directly tagged or net coded.
Yeah, I think we had another net code event there, Rick.
So you can tell right there, it looks like Paul Valentine's car is turning down. If you see that seam that's on the track, he's beginning to tend to go low. He probably didn't realize how close that, maybe trying to close the door on Luke's coming up behind him, but we'll. So yeah, there's a bit of a net code right there.
I think they were going to make contact either way, though. I mean, Paul was coming down the track.
And I think that's the purpose of what we call a net code. It really is a mathematical calculation, like John explained earlier, that's basically saying you're probably going to hit. So
yeah, exactly. So we'll ride along here again, see what happened. He got sideways right in front of the 44 machine. 3 tags him in the left front again. 44 has nowhere to go. Clips him in the right rear, which sends the 89 up in the wall. Hard impact to the front of that car, to the back of that car. Good job for everybody missing it. Shout out to the 37 there for going high and missing that one. Everybody dodging that number 89 machine, except for the 99. 99 tags him. And the 11
gets
Rick,
by.
I think the 11 pulled a Days of Thunder and squeaked by on the high side. I don't know. We'll have to go back and take a look. But it was close. But yeah, Paul Valentine there. Definitely tough impact for that number 89 machine.
That's Joey. 11. Let's get behind Joey Doucette here and see what we see.
Yeah, he's definitely got him locked up for sure. I think he's 100% going to make impact to the outside wall.
Yeah, he ate the wall and not Paul.
Got some new rhymes.
That was not intentional.
We got Christopher Howell's on the prowl and Paul, or the wall, not Paul. So we're gonna become full-time rhymers.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know where I'm going with that.
I think I'll keep my day job.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. So looking back on the field, we have some takers coming down, looking at Paul right there.
I thought there was another incident with the 13. Let's just take a little peek at this. I think he was trying to come down and make the pits. He may have been a little hot. I don't know. We'll see. Or possibly did he stop on the track?
Did he retire?
Out of fuel, maybe?
I mean, he slowed down pretty quick, though. I mean, he hit his brakes, it looked like. He definitely stopped, okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing you ran the caution.
Yeah, that would have brought out a caution.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to live. We'll see where we're at. A lot of shakeups.
Yep, a lot of shakeups, and the lights are off on the pace car. So we will be going back to green flag racing. My prediction was incorrect about getting a green flag run. So let's try this again. Let's see if we can get a green flag run here with 53 to go. 54 technically, but 53 to go here tonight in the season opener for the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, as well as Elite Performance. Right now, that 1111 Veteran Project Toyota Camry of Christopher Howell is your leader, followed by Christopher Blanchard in P2, new name up to the top spot, or top 2 right there. number 97 of Blake Giglio in third. Harley Barletta rounding out your top four. And Alexander Schumacher, mentioned his name a couple times. He is in P5 in that number 60.
You know, interesting. John Ledger, Ty Bostic, those guys all pitted on lap 104. So maybe an interesting little play. Maybe they think they can run it out at 104. We'll see.
Maybe. I think that's a good strategy. So got to pay attention to Ledger and Bostic as it is out here in the race. But in the restart zone, and we are green flag racing here at Kansas. Little high side stack up, already 3 wide. 43 major high side run there. 88 has taken the point, followed closely by the number 97. And we have another caution.
That's David Watts. As we entertain ourselves by going back and taking a peek at what happened.
Brittany Bullard says, let's go, Luke. Yes, she's doing a great job. And oh, that is Ty Bostic. That is Ty Bostic right there.
Let's take a peek and see what happened to Ty and to David. David was basically holding his line, came down a little.
Yeah, I just don't think Ty realized that the 54 was going to take exactly the line that he did. And the 52 got into that and sent, wow, the 54 just got, I mean, very interesting spin there. Not too much damage to the 22.
That's Evan Amick on the outside there.
Oh, no.
Yep, got some damage too.
Yep, Evan slammed a wall. I believe he's running the South Carolina scheme.
He is.
Yep. I thought I saw that SC on the side of the car and the Gamecock on the back.
Yeah.
But that brings out our, I believe, is that number 10?
Yeah.
10th caution of the night?
Number 11, actually.
11. Alrighty. So 11 cautions into this 110-lap event. That is an average of exactly 10 laps each caution. Or a caution every 10 laps, rather.
Yeah.
So looking on right now, Christopher Howell, Giglio, Schumacher, Blanchard, and Ogden round out your top 5.
Well, since we're talking about the 11th caution, we'll remind you that this is the 11-11 Veteran Project 160 here at Kansas Speedway. 11-11 Veteran Project is an organization that helps veterans with their needs that they may have, and it's a tremendous cause. Check out their website and see how you can help support that organization. All right, as John said, we are at lap 110 of a scheduled 160.
And if you're just tuning in, we have had a slew of cautions here tonight, as we're showing on the board. Caution here. We have a lot of spins, a lot of incidental contact. So we'll see what happens as this race plays on. But really, the top drivers have been Giglio and Howell. I mean, those have been the two stars of the field tonight. You have Bullard there all the way up from P31, all the way up to close to P2. He almost got to there a couple cautions ago, but he's having a great run as well. So a lot of drivers showing strong here in the season opener for the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series Season 2 season opener.
Well, the lights are back off on top of our pace car, and so we are about to go back to green. Our competitors are on the backstretch, and they're forming up. We do have a few new vehicles and faces.
Yeah, Blanchard has made his way up into the top 4.
Schumacher has returned.
Yep, Schumacher has returned. And right now, those are the 2 newest drivers to the front 10, I believe.
Also, we've seen Ian Ogden, although he's been nipping around at the top, now he's in 5th. So
yes, he is. See what Ian can do there in P5 as the pace car is dipped down the pit road. We are green flag racing again here at Kansas Speedway.
Chris Rowell shows us the way. and jumps out to a pretty good little gap between himself and the second place, now third place car of Alexander Schumacher. Blake Giglio has returned to P2, and we shall see how long he can hold that position, or he chases down Christopher Howell. They've been running two different lines all night.
Yes, they have, and it's definitely been a tale of two stories. You got a crossover there between the 09 and the 97. The high line has been a good line to run, trying to get some speed off the corner, but the low line has been the preferred line by the leader. So I think clean air is definitely going to play a factor as we see the 09 going to the bottom of the 97 right now, going into turn 3. Someone challenging that number 97. You know, that 97's been up front all race long. We'll see what can happen. And 09's there. The 09's able to keep with them coming off the corner, which is something that nobody's really been able to do with the number 97. So we'll see what happens as they go into turn 1. This is where the number 97 has been so strong coming out of the corner, but it looks like that 09 is going to clear the 97 of Blake.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, and the 09's going for the lead, trying to get to the left rear of the 88, trying to get him loose, trying to get him aero loose. We all knew what he was doing right there.
Yeah.
The way he was driving that, which it's a strong move. I mean, racing is racing. So that 09 is looking to go to the lead, Rick.
Well, you know, these guys, the first top 10 are all on the same pit strategy. So they're all on the last pit on lap 97. So they're all relatively fresh tires.
We got 3 wide coming off of turn 4 right now, Rick, between the 3-0. The middle car backs out. But that is the 3 car of Luke Bullard there. He is making his way up to P3, looking to the outside of the number 97 machine. He is there. Luke has been rolling around the top like it's nobody's business here the last couple of laps. We'll see if he's able to keep that position.
Well, that top line, we've seen it all night, has been the faster line.
It has. It really has, especially on the longer run, just simply due to the fact that you can get such a run off the corner right now. But looking at everything, you have really guys choosing multiple different lines here, which is awesome to see. You love seeing that, especially in these next-gen cars, because that just tells you that this is going to be between who's the best driver. And it's all a fixed setup, so that means nobody has an advantage over anybody else. So it really comes down to skill, how you're able to manage your car, and how you're able to drive the car. And right now, let's see, got a comment from Angelin. Good luck, drivers. She's going to sleep. So understand that, Angelin. Thank you for joining us as always. Good to have you out there watching us tonight on the broadcast. Thank you again, Angelin. And hopefully you can join us maybe sometime soon.
I think Brittany Bullard also commented. She's rooting on for Luke. And we're seeing Luke move up 26 spots from his qualifying position. So,
yeah, Luke's been doing a phenomenal job. Didn't qualify, was all the way in the back, and now showing up in the top 5. He was a strong runner in the inaugural season last season, and he's showing strides of great progress as well here tonight, moving his way all the way up into P4 right now, where he's basically kind of settled out over the last 20, 30 laps. But right now, your running order for tonight's 1111 Veteran Project 160, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, and Elite Performance. Let's run through the field, Rick. You got Christopher Howell in P1, Alexander Schumacher right there in P2. He is chomping at the bit to get a win here, new to the league. P3, you've got Blake Giglio, familiar face, and you got a battle for P4, P5 right there between Luke Bullard in the Sundrop number 3. You have Ian Ogden there in the 21, slide up the track a little bit, and then you have the 75 looking to take advantage of that.
Crossover.
Oh, 3 is in the wall. Now there are 3 wide. Oh, here we go, Rick. They're going to be battling off the corner like crazy.
We're going to keep an eye on this group. We're not going to let them go. It seems to be the biggest risk reward. Hang on to that number 11.
Man, yeah, they are beating and banging all the way through the field here between basically third on back. Oh, he's in the wall.
75 tagged the wall. That was Tyler Peebles.
But he still has a run off the corner, though, Rick, which is amazing.
Well, folks, that's how you use the safer barrier to your advantage.
Yes, it is. I mean, we've seen that at Darlington, right? Just riding the wall.
Yep.
3 wide coming off the corner. Oh, it's going to get tight. Oh, gets sent down to the bottom of the track. He's able to hold on to it.
Luke Bullard took the wiser position, took that apron.
And look at that. You have 3 11-11 Veteran Project cars right there as he shoots the middle. What racing going on between all of these drivers right here tonight?
You can see a little bit of damage on that right front of the number 3 where he may have contacted that wall.
Yes, you can, but it looks like it's not going to stop him up, but it looks like he got a little loose there. I believe that was a 21 machine. And we have a battle for the lead. Let's, don't want to leave this really quick. We have a battle for the lead right now. Oh, we have a call. John Ledger.
Oh.
Car on the wall right there.
Oh,
whoa.
No, they are battling for the lead. Looks like the 68 of Schumacher wound up, or the 9, tagging the wall a bit.
You would think this is the last lap, Rick. I mean, they are racing like crazy all over the track right now. And your new leader tonight, Alexander Schumacher, showing the 68 on the board, put 09 in the track. He is our new leader here at Kansas Speedway with 36 laps to go. Another car on the wall. I believe that is a 75 again.
I think this is the first time we've had a Ford up front in a while.
Yeah, I don't. It's always been Chevys or Toyotas.
Well, and right now it's Ford up front, and he is being chased by 6 Toyotas.
Yes, he is, and he's chased by the previous series champion, Christopher Howell. So we know Howell knows how to win, but can Schumacher, new face, rookie, pull a upset here tonight at Kansas? We will see as we are approaching lap 126 of 160. 35 to go here in tonight's opener for the IWM Cup Series.
Now, these top 7 pitted last on lap 97.
Wow.
They can't make it all the way.
No,
At least
they
not
can't.
by our calculations.
Yeah, not by our kid. Someone's going to have to come down pit road, so we'll see what happens. And Donna just mentioned Luke's in-laws are pulling for him too, and Ty. So we got a family watching us. Always love to have that going on. So, speaking of Luke, I just saw him tag the wall. Sorry, guys. Had a broadcaster's curse right there. But great that everybody's watching back home, pulling for Luke. He's a great driver, driving a very, very beautiful number 3 machine tonight. Obviously, that's what Dale Jr. drove at North Wilkesboro. And, you know, Rick, we may have some news coming out of NASCAR in North Wilkesboro tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything, but just pay attention to that if you are watching right now. So, looking on back, Luke is in, I believe, what position is he in, Rick?
He's in our 10th.
Yep, P10.
Oh. That's interesting. Did you notice that damage in the right front is gone?
Yeah, that, you know, iRacing is a funny thing sometimes. And sometimes the iRacing gods are like, you're driving so well, we're going to take away your damage. So, not really sure how that worked out. Maybe he tagged the wall and it corrected itself. Who knows? But he's battling right now with Paul Valentine. But looking back at the lead, we have the number 68, which is going to be 09. Schumacher leading Blake Giglio now. Giglio has passed Howell there for P2. And iRacing Warriors Motorsports has to definitely announce that Schumacher is a rookie here. So, got to say that is going to be a major upset. Because you have all these seasoned veterans behind him. You have Giglio, you have Howell, you have Barletta, Pittman, Ogden, Bostic, Ledger, you know, and for Schumacher to come out here and make a statement is definitely something that these guys, I think it's awesome to see, but they're like, who is this guy? So Alexander Schumacher doing a great job.
So not a rookie in iRacing, but certainly new to the series here with the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series.
Exactly.
So behind him, nipping at his heels, is the guy who's probably led about 100 of these laps so far tonight. That's Blake Giglio. Followed by Tyler Peebles, now in third. Tyler's in that 75 paint scheme. Behind Tyler is Harley Barletta in the 81, and then behind him is Christopher Howell. Yeah, slipped back from that earlier position.
And Brittany, yeah, you're right. This is insanely realistic. I hope you're mean from the broadcast perspective, so thank you very much. No, but from a racing perspective there, Brittany, yes, it is. It's one of the most realistic simulators on the market, you know, when it comes to especially oval racing, and what iRacing's been able to do and how iRacing has influenced NASCAR when it comes to Atlanta Motor Speedway, collaborating with them, what they've done with Dale Jr. and how Dale Jr. has been a major factor in getting iRacing into the hands of almost every single driver and use it for practice. So, yes, it is I think it's one of the most realistic on the market right now. And it definitely is a tool that real-life drivers will use and can use and do use. A good example of that is William Byron, you know. Byron's been able to do great things coming from iRacing, and same thing with Ty Majeski, same thing with a lot of those guys using iRacing to their advantage. But looking right now, speaking about these guys on the track, you have basically a wasp's nest of cars right there with Joey Doucette. You have Paul Valentine, you have the 11, you have the 22 of Ty Bostic. A lot of different drivers. Side by side. Yep, there's contact going on right there between Paul Valentine and the 21 of not Ty Bostic, that's Ian Ogden. So good recovery there by Paul, though. He was in that incident earlier on, and he's made a recovery all the way up to P8. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Ian really liked that bump from the 89, but we'll see how they come off the corner here.
They're flaring out. So going back to what you had said earlier, I was listening to Ty Gibbs talking about his first opportunity to run a Cup car was at Pocono. The first thing he did was fly home and spend 2 or 3 hours on his iRacing rig learning the track. And then he got back on the plane and flew back to Pocono to do it for real. But, you know, his words were, after doing that it felt the same, it sounded the same. So iRacing has really captured the sound and feel of these next-gen Cups. Now, interesting, just so you just jump ahead here, we've got a lot of cars. These are your leaders pretty much coming down. Green flag pit stops, first time with 25 laps to go.
And we'll see who is going to be the winner off this pit road battle, because, Rick, I think whoever wins this battle, and we have a caution. Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
No.
Oh, that's terrible
tragic.
For these guys. Yes.
This is tragic. They are all going to be caught a lap down. Oh, my goodness.
Yep. You know, it happens.
Well, that is something that we have not experienced before, Rick, where the leaders come down pit road and we have a caution. This is going to shake up the end of this race. Now, it's showing on the tower that these guys are not a lap down. Not all of them. Only some of them. So we'll see how this plays out once these leaders go by. But right now, not Ryan. No, yes, it is Ryan. Ryan Pittman is your leader, followed by Andrew Surwick in second, Paul Valentine in third, Ty Bostic in fourth, and Joey Doucette in fifth as the leaders are coming down pit road. Rick, this is going to shake up everything, but we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, we'll be resetting everything based on the results of this. So going back, it looks like possibly John Ledger was the one that may have brought out that caution. Oh, he's definitely...
He's in the grass. He became a lawnmower. He's our first lawnmower of the night.
So it looks like that was brought out by a driver trying to get on pit road under green flag conditions.
Let's run this through, because I don't know why that would have caused a caution, though. Because racing, you know, hundreds, if not over 1,000 races on iRacing. He got, oh, wow, very close by Luke there. He got a little loose, obviously. Missed pit road. Was in the grass.
I bet you he stops.
Totally okay. Did he spin it around? Totally okay. No caution. Yeah, it is a car on the grass. Totally okay. Ah, there it is. That did it.
That did it. Yep.
Yep, that did it.
If he had kept it in the grass and on the apron, it would not have come out.
No, not at all. It would have been a clean run. But he's kind of lucky that it did happen though, because missing pit road at this point of the race, you are almost destined to finish near the rear. So kind of lucky.
Oh, there was some other things going on. Let me just jump back.
Yes, there
Harley
were.
Barletta and Chris Howell possibly in an incident.
Oh no, Chris. Oh, teammates. Nope, they're good. I think, maybe. Okay, so I think they're good. But as we were saying there, this definitely shakes up the field and puts a lot of good drivers in the back.
Well,
So
are we showing still Giglio has made it back to the top? How did that happen?
that is, I don't know, because you have Harley Barletta, Christopher Howell, Schumacher, all of those guys. I thought Giglio came down with the leaders.
He did. He was first off, though.
He may have been able to beat the pace car off of pit road and didn't get a lap down.
I don't know. Our scoring pylon right now is just a mess. We're going to have to just kind of wait for iRacing to kind of clear it up. I bet you that the race control is having the same challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, Harley Barletta, Christopher Howell, Schumacher, Peebles, they're going to have to get the wave around. I'm looking at the scoring monitor right now. John Ledger, all those guys are going to have to get wave arounds.
That does put Blake back in front. Our pylon was correct.
Oh, goodness. But do you know what this is going to do, Rick? This is going to put new faces and new names up in the top 5. Let's read these off. Joey Doucette up in 3rd. Andrew Sherrick, always had him up there just a little bit before. He is now up there in P4. Mike Sladker in P5. Kubalay Kalen up there in P6. You got Ryan Pittman, Paul Valentine, Luke Bullard, and Marco Berube up there as your top 10. You got a lot of new names up there because you have Barletta, Schumacher, Peebles, Howell, Ledger, all stuck in that last pace car fiasco and caution fiasco. But Rick, it's going to be exciting. That's all I got to say. This is going to be a crazy restart.
Well, the lights are off on top of the pace car. We got 21 laps to go. We have completely new faces here. We'll see how this restart goes.
Yes, we will. And it looks like Blake is off. The outside line did not get a start at all. Ty Bostic did not get a start as we're 3 wide. 2 wide, actually. Take that back. I thought we were going to go 3 wide. 2 wide going down into turn 1. Everybody battling for position right now. Looking on at Blake. Clear track in front of him. That's exactly what he wants to see. Oh, we have cars loose coming off of turn 2. We got a lot of action going on in the back. That's the Audi machine of Kalen up there, trailing Luke Bullard. Looking the inside now of that number 3 machine going down in the 1.
3 wide. They are spread up.
A lot of action right now on the track from every which way.
73 was in the wall.
Yep, all these drivers are trying to make up all those positions. Oh, and drove deep. All these drivers trying to make all those positions up, lost on pit road. Just look at how fanned out the field is, but also it's like little clusters of drivers right there. You have the teammates in the 1111 Veteran Project. Toyota Camrys trying to make their way back up through the field.
They know there's 18 laps to go. There's no more pit stops. There's pretty much, this is it. They're probably on their last set of tires. Christopher Howell has made it back up to 11th.
Yep, he is. He's trying to make his way back up. Going to pass the 44 machine. Going to go look to the inside of Paul Valentine too. He is looking to get back up to the top spot. We know he can win. So I got to say it again, Rick. Howell is on the prowl.
Yep, with 17 laps to go, he is now in 9th place. They are 3 wide behind him, and they are slicing and dicing in front of him.
We may have a battle for the lead here soon, Rick. Oh, 88 gets loose. 88 gets loose. 88. So that was close.
Still a little loose there, too.
Yep, we may have a battle for the lead as the 11 car of Joey has closed the gap to Blake with Ty Bostic trailing right behind them. Seeing multiple lines being run from these drivers here tonight. We will is able to prevail. 97 gets a little loose off the corner. 11, oh, we have a wreck in the back. And a caution. Somebody spun to the inside wall. And there's the Kansas Speedway pylon, or touring tower. Great tower. Somebody got absolutely demolished and spun into the inside wall. I don't know who that was.
Well, we could try to go back and see what we see.
Yeah, I believe it was one of those darker colored cars. I could not tell which one it was. There's Evan Amick. There's a 13. You see somebody just gets sent right down to the bottom right there.
Yep, let's go back forward. Oh, that's Alexander Schumacher.
Your previous race leader getting tagged up right there. It looks like going 3 wide, and that's 75 and the 99. I think what happened was 75 got into the 99, and then 75 dropped back down to the track and got into Schumacher.
Yeah, he came right down on him. Pretty much doored him.
And he had it locked up. Was he able to get that car turned around enough? I don't know if he will be able to. No hard inside impact to that wall. I don't think he's been involved in any accidents, though, so he's going to get a quick repair. He will have fresher tires, maybe.
If he has a set to use, you don't get a free set of tires with a quick repair.
No, so we'll see how this plays out, because Rick, we are nearing 13 laps to go, coming to the line. So it looks like it may be done for Schumacher's chance of winning this race. He's scored all the way back in the 19th position and dropping.
Yes. Yep. So we're just to catch up here, we have 13 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway. You're here joining the iRacing Warrior Motorsports Cup Series event, sponsored by the 1111 Veteran Project. I'm your host, Rick Souza, with my co-host, John Durgis. We're up here in the booth calling Season 2 of the iRacing Warrior Motorsports League. This has been an eventful night. Are we on caution 12 or 13, John?
I believe we are on 13. Yep, there we are. Number
13 with 13 laps to go. Funny, we were on...
I think we were on lap 110 with
11
cautions. Yeah, exactly. So we have a lot of interesting numbers here tonight. So if you're betting that, and we're looking at the number 11, it's the 11 Veteran Project. So we're having a lot of weird number coincidences happening tonight. Maybe the 11 will come and win the race. Who knows? But right now we have Blake up there in the top spot. Joey Doucette in P2, Ty Bostic in third, Mike Slater in fourth, and Ryan Pittman rounding top five. We're about to get the green flag racing here again with 13 to go. Green flag racing is back. Top line literally non-existent. Neither is the bottom line.
So he's stacked. They got stacked up completely. Hand that one to Blake because now he's got about an 7 or 8 car advantage, but they're going to hunt him down. They're coming up behind. Now, there's a lot of
We had a car spinning off of 2, and that caused a caution. Last car in line, Rick. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but I caught it out of the corner of my eye. Whoever was on the way in the back.
That's Tyler Peebles. We've seen Tyler up front. Not this time. He spins, drops through the field. Luckily, no contact with other cars, but unfortunately, I think the 4-car dived to avoid the collision. Looks like he doesn't hit anything. Good for him. You can see him working.
Oh, we're wrecking again. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck under caution. The field is wrecking. The field is wrecking under caution. That is Luke Bullard. The 08 machine.
What happened? This is under caution.
Somebody did not call out where the pace car was, Rick.
I don't think Luke knew it. And the 08 spun and tagged. That's unfortunate.
Gets in the 14 machine.
The 8, the 3.
Gosh.
So a lot of guys were in luck. I don't think Luke. I think Luke had a fast repair to give away. He kept it, so she shows in the pits. That's unfortunate. Well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in those situations before too, Rick, where we don't know exactly where the pace car is, and everybody speeds up, and nobody's checking the relative, and you get caught up in the moment, and next thing you know, you're checking up, going into a corner because of pace car. So, unfortunate there for those drivers. Unfortunate for Luke. He had such a great run tonight, and you never know. Don't count him out just yet. You know, we have green-white checkers. We have 10 laps to go. So we'll see what's able to come out of this. He may be getting some fresh set of tires. I didn't know.
His car looks pretty pristine. It's a good chance he had a fast repair in his back pocket with 10 laps to go.
It does, and I think you could be correct there. So Luke may be on the prowl here, depending on where he is scored. But he right now has to pass a lot of cars. He's scored in 21st position, second car on the lead lap, or second last car on the lead lap, rather. So we'll see how that plays out for Luke Bullard there.
All right, 9 laps to go. Our leader just crossed over the start-finish line. The lights are still on the pace car, which means we're going to burn 2 more laps by the time we go back to green, which puts us with 7 laps to go.
Yep, unless race control modifies that restart, which we have seen them do this race. So we will see what happens.
Looking on the board, there are 2 drivers currently on pit road, but they're basically many laps down. They're just getting some repairs made. Looks like they're forming back up.
I think the lights are off on the pace car, Rick.
They are.
Yep, they are. Yep. So race control, great move there. I like that. So that puts us with coming to 9 laps to go here in the inaugural race of season 2 here for the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, brought to you by the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, and Elite Performance. Your leader right now is Blake Giglio. To the outside, you have Ty Bostic, Joey Doucette. Who's going to win this one? As we're about to get the green flag here. And we are off. Outside lane, still no to prevail. Blake has been amazing on the restarts as they go down in the turn 1. Thought we were going to go 3 wide there for a second. Blake has checked out. Blake is checked out to almost a half-second lead right now. Doucette there in P2.
Battle right now is that P2 position with Joey Doucette, Ty Bostic.
Oh, that was close. That was close, and we are wrecking off a turn. Car spinning through the grass. Don't know if it's going to cause a caution. We stay green. We stay green. 7 laps to go. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, Rick.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. We didn't see who that was, but looks like it was Eric Ova who spun, and I think John Ledger was also involved in that.
Yep, and we are now approaching 6 laps to go here tonight in the season opener. The 11 car is closing in. Oh, car to the inside line. Oh, he's back up the track. Oh, gosh, big wreck going into turn 2. Oh, field involved. Oh, my goodness, that is the big one if we have one. That is the big one tonight, Rick.
Lots of vehicles involved. That certainly impacted a good bit of the field. So Paul Valentine, Sean Shootman, Darren Owens, Luke Bullard was also involved.
Yeah, that got a lot of the previous front runners in there. We have to go back and take a look and see exactly what caused it. You see some damage to the right front there. See Paul Valentine already backwards.
Well, let's go back. I think the start. Well, why did he? All right, that's interesting. So let's go back.
I think he got forced down. That's what I was mentioning before. It looked like he got forced down to the bottom of the track.
Let's back it up a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead at let's lower speed here.
Those Darren Owens and Paul Valentine right there. You have the 09.
So he's coming. Yeah, but I think 89 came right back up off the apron, and the 09 may have had a run.
Oh, yeah, not really the greatest move there. Nope, he was not clear at all. Paul wasn't, and he just comes back up the track. I mean, it looks like he's still, his foot's in the gas. Tags the 44, spins him around. There's the 81.
And now,
oh, T-bone, just terrible.
Well, the field, the track is blocked.
Yeah, you had nowhere to go. I mean, look, you had a cluster of 5 cars. And you had John Ledger there. You had not Ty Bostic.
Ian Ogden.
Ian Ogden, yeah. You had the 4. Just nowhere to go for these drivers. I think Ian actually squeezed by, maybe with a little tap right there to the 49. He looks like he should be good. So, just unfortunate there for all of those drivers that were involved in that incident because it was just nowhere to go. So that is our 15th caution of the evening.
And are we going to get a green-white checker? Probably so.
I would believe so. The pace car is coming to the line as we speak. I believe the lights on the pace car will go out this time. They should. Maybe race control is going to have a little bit of influence on that.
Well, just got a little bit of blurb. We were just talking about Ty Bostic earlier. Donna posts that Ty's grandfather was Wild Bill Bostic from Dirt Track.
Yeah. I remember. I actually remember that, Donna, from previous season. I remember you mentioned that. That's pretty awesome there. With Ty and everything, and the number he's running in honor of his grandfather. That's just an amazing thing he's doing right there. So that's fantastic. Gotta love that. Gotta love the history. It's always fun to learn about that. Hear where the families are and what the racing heritage has been for some of these drivers out there. And he's up there in P3 right now, Donna. So you never know. Maybe Bill is playing some influence in this race. Maybe he's riding around with him right there, giving him some good mojo and gonna possibly lead him to a win here. Ty Bostic is a great racer. So we'll see what happens as we are approaching 2 to go, which will be a green-white checker rig.
All right.
Green, white, checkered is the call. So, gonna have one green flag lap. We're gonna have one white flag lap, and then it's gonna be a checkered flag. So, who is gonna bring home the win tonight? You have Blake up there in P1. You have Doucette up there in P2. You have Bostic up there in P3. Sherwick in P4, and Schumacher made it all the way back up to P5. And don't look too far back. You got Howell there in P8, P7. So we'll see what happens.
This is setting up to be a very interesting finish. Let's hope we can make it through the first lap, because once that white flag comes out, cautions don't matter.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And we'll see what happens as the field goes down to the turn 3 for the final time tonight. Better pull those belts, those virtual belts really tight there, guys, because
It's going to be a wild ride.
yes, it will be. Blake's been great on restarts. 3 to go in the 11-11 Project 160, and we are off. Green flag racing back at Kansas. Three wide for P2 right now as Blake takes the lead.
Schumacher has made it back up to P2. Joey Doucette P3. Ty Bostic.
Oh, back in out of turn 3. There we go.
Caution is back out.
Caution is back out, and my simulator has frozen.
Ty Bostic, unfortunately, was involved in that wreck.
Yes, he was.
Looks like he was tapped. Yeah, it looks like he was tapped from behind. We'll kind of pick that back up, but
Looks like he got sent around by the 43 machine.
yeah, it looks that way. Let's go back and Luke Bullard was also involved. Let's kind of play this through.
So Luke does leave a little room on the bottom open, but the 43 just
drove over him.
Yeah, it's kind of went right into the back of the 22, and then just kind of kept going and just kind of set him around.
Chris Howell got through.
Christopher Howell did get through. The 22 is locking him up. Was he able to keep? Feeney tags the back of the 22.
Sends him a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to get sideways. I don't know if he's going to get tagged here. He's right in the middle.
Field's coming up behind him. Now he's locking them all up.
There goes Mark on the outside.
The 3 made it through, but he lost it when he went down to the apron.
Yeah, I think he came back up the track too.
Yep. He came back up, unfortunately, at the restart zone.
That's a hard hit.
Yeah, especially with the front end. That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, you don't want to hit there. That's one of the worst places to to hit on the track.
All right. Well, folks, that brings out our 16th caution of the night. We are in overtime here at Kansas in the inaugural iRacing Warriors Motorsports event. This is the 11-11 Veteran Project 160, which is probably going to be the 166 by the time we're all done here. We've got 3 laps to go. It'll be a green-white checker to finish up tonight.
Yep. And looks like we just got control from race control that we will be shortening this caution. We go green flag race this time by. So your leader, Blake Giglio, is leading Schumacher, who's been involved in some accidents. Same thing with Christopher Howell. He's back up in P3, your previous champion of the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series.
He made it back up to 3.
Yep, we'll see what he can do. Andrew Serwick there in P4. Marco Berube, another rookie to the IWM Cup Series. See what he's able to do. You have Ian Ogden, Ryan Pittman. Race is far from over with 3 laps to go.
Well, let's hope these drivers can keep it together. Let's get one clean lap in for sure, and we can wrap up this event here at Kansas Speedway.
Yes, we can. Fields going into turn 3 for the final restart. I'm going to seal the deal right there. I want to say final restart. Final restart, hopefully, tonight for these guys out here. Pace car is off. Blake is your leader. We are in the green, and we are green flag racing here. And look at the jump by the 88 car. Possibly can clear the 09 by the turn 1. We will see. 09 battles back on the outside.
That outside line's been fast all night. It's going to be hard. Oh, stay out.
Christopher Howell's like, I do not want you to get by me because I know you're fast. 09 is still there. We are still green.
3 wide.
Still green. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. White flag is in the air. This is the last. Oh, we had a caution right before the white flag, Rick.
Oh my gosh. That's Ryan Pittman and Mike Slagner that has hit the wall.
No way.
That's unfortunate.
I have my side-by-side screen. Oh, we got turned.
Yes, he got turned. Well, let's go back and take a closer look at that. Well, netcode or not, they were going to contact.
Yeah, and then the 4 had nowhere to go.
No, 4 was caught. He was a victim of circumstance, unfortunately.
Yep, a lot of torn up race cars right there. And Rick, we have another green-white checkered coming up.
We do.
That is technically, this will be our 3rd, technically, because the first one was technically a green-white checkered. That was our 2nd, and this will be our 3rd coming up here. And now this is going to be interesting because you have to kind of start thinking about fuel here, because these guys have been going around for quite a few laps now. Do you think fuel could be an issue?
Well, the last time Blake Giglio was in was lap 135, so I don't think so. I think they ran almost 50 laps last time, so I don't believe fuel is an issue, but in fact, interestingly enough, second place Alexander Schumacher and Christopher Howell both pitted on lap 146. So they've got 11 better laps, 11 to the good on their tires versus your leader, Blake Giglio. But, you know, where Blake is successful is that he controls the start. And he has consistently jumped out ahead.
And that's what possibly could win him the race here tonight, as the lights on the pace car probably will come out here pretty soon, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But you are right, Rick. The number 97 of Blake has been able to get a good restart, which that's going to put him in front the entire time. And the thing is okay, he gets the start. Everybody knows he'll get a good restart, but how good will Schumacher be? How good will Christopher Howell be? Because if Christopher Howell can close in on the 97, 11 laps, that is a huge difference in tires, especially if you are the leader, especially if you're on P2, P3. 11, you know, if it was 3 or 4 laps, I'd be like, oh, this is Blake's race to lose. But right now, the advantage, I believe, actually goes to the 68 and the 88 just simply due to tires. So we'll see what happens as we'll be making another lap around here. Lights on the pace car are not off yet. Yeah, Rick, it's going to be definitely interesting to see who wins. Is it going to be the restart that wins the race, or is it going to be the fresher tires that seals the deal? But right now, Schumacher is looking to make an impression on this league, battling with the veteran of Giglio and also the previous champion Howell there.
You know, you've got the 43 has worked his way up. He's now sitting in 4th place, so he'll be behind the 68 of Schumacher. A lot of these guys have not been up at the front during this race, so we'll see how they react, how they do with this restart.
Yep, and we have dwindled down the field from 31 lead lap cars all the way down to 15. Yep. So we will see how this plays out for the rest of the evening. As we have gotten the 1-to-go signal from race control, we will be going green this next time by.
I think I see Luke Bullard is the last car on the lead lap.
Also, this is the final green, white, checkered. So if we get another caution, the field will be frozen at the time of the caution. So this is the final try at getting this race in here tonight without a caution. So who's going to prevail? Is it going to be the number 97, Blake, been already the last fight?
Well,
has been in the lead.
If you're in control of the restart and you've got some guys who have not been up front on your outside, you've got you know, you're holding 4 races.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We'll see what happens.
Pace car.
He's off. He's off. And we're green flag racing here again. 2 laps to go, side by side for second on. But they're a little closer, Rick.
They are. They are
a little closer. So, who is going to have the run? Is the caution going to come out? Who knows? But Christopher Howell is going to prevail.
Oh, they are.
They reckon, is the caution going to come out before they get to the white flag? Caution is not out yet. They are side by side for P2. Schumacher uses up Howell there. He pushes him up the track. White flag.
Giglio crowds out. He's not letting anybody by him.
No, it is not over yet, though. Here comes the 09 to the bottom. 09 has a massive run coming off of turn 2. He slides. This is going to be a battle to the end. Where is the 97 going to go? Where's the 09 going to go? Oh, the 09 got to the back of the 97. Coming to the line. Blake wins the race.
Alexander Schumacher second, John Ledger in third, Andrew Surwick in fourth, Ian Ogden made it up to fifth, Christopher Howell sixth, Kuboy in seventh, Luke Bullard finishes in eighth, Marco Barabee in ninth, and Harley Barletta in 10th.
What a race to the end there, Rick. That was some impressive driving there by the 97. What an awesome run. See the fireworks going off in the back. Your season opener, your winner, Blake Giglio, number 97 machine, is your winner here tonight. As he's doing some burnouts on the front stretch, some well-deserved burnouts after he's led the majority of the race here tonight.
Well, if you wanted an eventful race, this certainly made it. 160 plus laps, 15, 16 cautions, lead changes, battles for leads, battles all the way back through the field. Heck of a way to open the season.
Yeah, it was a great way to open the season, and stick around because I believe we're going to get some driver interviews here coming up very shortly once Blake destroys his car and the engine blows up, because I believe he's going to be burning down this motor for the entire evening. So right now, shout out to Blake.
Heck of a job. Well, heck of a race put on by these guys here as part of the IWM and the iRacing Warriors Motorsports League.
Yep, fantastic event put on, and we'll see if we can get some interviews for you guys.
I think Alexander Schumacher is in the waiting room. We're gonna Hopefully get to see John Ledger join. See if I can pluck John Ledger up. He may be celebrating, I'm not sure. All right, let's see if we can pluck Mr. Ledger up. John Ledger.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Heck of a race tonight.
Oh, yeah, that was a crazy one.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said it. We've been saying it all night.
Yeah, it was caution filled, and you ended up in P3. So run us through your race tonight. A lot of laps, a lot of questions, thought process through the entire race.
Well, we started off really good. You know, we got most of our guys in the top 5 for qualifying. We were just basically riding up there, and then, you know, the caution started shuffling everything up. I know the green flag stops kind of messed us up. I went into pit and got clipped in the right rear and went through the grass, so that was interesting. Yeah, I don't know why the caution came out, because I was straight and going when it did. But, I mean, I couldn't believe I took my teammates pretty wide on that last restart.
Yeah, we were, from the broadcast booth, we were amazed at the battle for position. Not really first place or P2. It was, P3 through P7 was just dicey all the way through.
Oh yeah, it was definitely crazy. Like, people were dive bombing very early on. They were overdriving their stuff and then falling back. Our goal was just to keep it up there, though.
Well, and we made that comment earlier, sometime around lap 60 on the restart. The whole field came back as if it was the last lap.
Oh yeah, like, I've never seen racing like that so early in a race. Like, usually, that is the last 20, 15 laps. But I was happy to be able to represent 1111 Veteran Project very well. Blake unfortunately didn't get his paint scheme, but 2 cars in his top 3, and then most of us in the top 15. That's all I can ask for.
Absolutely. So yeah, great run by all of you guys tonight, and especially 1111 Project, what they're doing over there with the sponsoring this race and all the great paint schemes out there from your team. But congratulations on a P3, great start to the season. Anybody you want to give thanks to tonight?
Just my teammates, Chris, Blake, Joey, Ian, Harley. They're all great guys. I wouldn't be as fast as I am without their input.
That's great to hear. Well, congratulations on your P3, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, have a good one, guys.
All right, that was P3. That was Mr. John Ledger, and his finishing today. We'll see if we can bring Mr. Alexander Schumacher up to the booth. Mr. Schumacher.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the broadcast booth. Heck of a race tonight.
Yeah, that was very intense for me. Just drove my heart out there. Blake did an excellent job in his part. It was a very battle between us, and I gave him everything I had in the final corner, and he ate it. So great win for him. It was fun battling with him, and I just drove my heart out tonight and did everything I could.
Well, you certainly drove up through a number of incidents during the course of the event tonight for sure. So.
Yeah, I had a couple close calls. Even who was it? Someone spun. Well, I mean, I think they spun off my nose. It just happened so fast. I think the guy in front of him came down on him and spun in front of me, and then he came back up on the track. That was, I mean, that could have been race ending because I already took my fast repair, and I just happened to see it in the corner of my eye and just remembered to kind of check up, and thank God I missed it. But I was really lucky tonight with a lot of cautions. The strategy was kind of whack. We had limited sets of tires for a really long race. It was really hard to calculate when and how to basically waste a set. And I think late in this race, you can kind of see the people who played their cards right. Obviously, I tried everything I could, and you guys, it's all gut feeling, So I guess my gut led me to the right choice. But I think it was an excellent race overall. The cautions were a bit yucky, but I had a fun time. Everyone was really respectful, and yeah, just overall just had a blast.
Well, we
Yeah,
saw a number of incidents where, of course, we've got this. You got 31 drivers starting the inaugural event. A good bit of them are new to the organization and to the event. So, seeing them around each other, we'll take it.
Yeah, this is my first race here as well. So I did run a few recruitment races earlier in the preseason, and so I did get a feel for some of the guys. But just to be able to run up front consistently and be fast and just kind of survive everything and make the right choices gives you a lot of confidence in the end. So definitely excited for later in the season. This is something you can build on, and let's hope that we keep the dice rolling.
Yeah, so great run by you tonight. Got to give a shout out. You had a very entertaining race for us up. Thank you for that. But anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight? And thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my Spino teammates, Spino Racing. They don't run any races in here. This is just something I do, but I had their logos on my car. Just like to say thanks to everyone who watched, and I hope I definitely put on a show. I was definitely taking every opportunity I could, knowing cautions were going to fly, and you just had to be on the right set for the right run, and just gave it my everything. So I'm glad I could have been a fan favorite. And like I said, hopefully I can keep that showmanship up next race.
Sounds great. Well, congratulations on your finish.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
All right. Okay, so that was P2. That was Alexander Schumacher in his finish here. And so now we're going to bring in Blake Giglio. Blake.
What's going on?
Congratulations on your finish. That was a very interesting event tonight.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, you did a great job just keeping your car clean, keeping it up front, and just give us a rundown of how your race went and how you were able to really just stay up in really the top three the entire night.
Yeah, I think track position was obviously a big thing tonight, so I really focused on, maybe burning them up a little bit more than I wanted to here in the early run just to stay up front because the yellows were coming out, so I knew if I risked it and saved my tires, I'd fall back to 10th or so, and then I'd be stuck, So I think by us saving our tires, or not saving our tires as much and keeping us up front really helped.
So take us back to that green flag pit stop that turned into where you guys were caught on pit road.
Yeah, that was something. I called out I was pitting. Alexander called out he was pitting too, and we both went in, and I sent it in hard, and I got to his inside, and then that was kind of a situation where his pit box was first, so he was turning to the left, so I had to turn to the left to go down pit road, and we almost wrecked, but I made it to my box, he made it to his box. We were all good, and then I got really lucky. They're not going to lap down to that yellow.
Well, yeah, we were impressed at the fact that you started out by running that high line a lot and kind of keeping up there, preserved tires, definitely the faster way around the track. But, on occasion, you use those lower lines to keep yourself in the positions that you're in.
Yeah, I think the lane choice was a big thing here tonight. The thing I like about this track is, you have 5 grooves, you can go anywhere you want, which is really fun. So I think keeping the dirty air on them was really important, and I think that's what we did really good tonight.
Absolutely. So anybody want to give a quick shout out to, as you were of course, the season opener winner here for the 1111 Venture Project 1.
Well, and also you were awarded the Cleanest Driver Award. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Hey, look at that. No, shout out to them for sure, the 1111 Veteran Project. They were going to be on my car tonight, but someone stole my number, so we had to do some quick adjustments here. So, we have Joe Motorsportz on the hood. Shout out to them, and shout out to you guys for broadcasting. Shout out for Elliot for putting this on, and all my teammates, CC Racing, Low Drag Esports, Leap Farms Industries, just everyone that's on the car, and let's do this every week.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that was your winner tonight of the 1111 Veteran Project 160 at Kansas Speedway. That was Blake Giglio. So before we run away, there is another award that were handed out tonight. Andrew Surwick, who finished P4 tonight, also happened to win the Hard Charger Award. So congratulations to Andrew. Consolation for his P4. So, John, heck of a way to start the season.
Yeah, no, it's a great way to start the season. And we hope everybody that's been watching tonight has enjoyed. And make sure, if you're watching this on a replay or if you're watching this, to come back next Wednesday night, September 14th, same time, same broadcast network. We will be going to the high banks of Daytona for the Daytona 300, name pending, depending on the naming there. But we're going to have 300 miles at Daytona, 120 laps. It's going to be a fun event there at the high banks over there in Daytona. So, Rick, it's a fun one. Hope to see everybody next week.
Sounds great. So from John and myself, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you liking and following us, and we'll see you next time.